All right, we are here for our third interview. As you guys may remember, Mario chose GizmoDude to be interviewed next. So welcome, Gizmo, to your interview.
Hello.
We have a whole bunch of questions for you. So let's get started. First question from ZXN for thanks, I guess. I'm not sure how you're supposed to pronounce this. What was the first game that you've ever finished 100%?
Is that on any console?
I think just game, console, PC, anything.
I think that might be Hercules on PlayStation 1. I think I told you this story before, haven't I?
Yeah, I remember you saying that was one of your first PlayStation games.
Yeah. I was at my grandparents' house. My grandma went out, and my granddad is quite lazy, bless him. So I was about 7, I think, and I was playing it, for about 7 hours straight, and I played through the whole game in one sitting, and my granddad watched me the entire time. So bless him. He got told off by my grandma when she came home. Slapped around the ear, I think.
All right, that was the only question he had. Now, the next question is from Tom Ratboy, and he has 3 questions for you. The first one, what was the first Doctor Who episode you ever saw?
Oh, does he mean new Who or old Who?
Well, I mean, I would think if it's the new Who, you'd see the first one.
Yeah, new Who would be the very first episode, Rose. Now old Who would be. I think it was the Auton one with Doctor Four, I think. When the Autons were attacking Earth, I think that was the first one I saw. I can't remember the name of it, but yeah, that was the one.
Now, were you hooked on that show when you first saw the first one?
I didn't really watch the old series like religiously. I watched them on and off. Like I saw a few of Tom Baker's, I saw a few of Pertwee's, and then I kind of didn't really know. And I saw the movie, and I kind of thought, it's all right. I mean, New Who, I'm just hooked on it, obsessively.
And the next question from Tom Ratboy, have you ever tried fish fingers and custard?
Now, I have not tried fish fingers and custard. I'm very ashamed of myself. I need to. I know I need to. And I will.
And lastly, his question for you is, can you sing the Doctor Who theme?
You do this to me while my mother is in bed. Oh, God. Okay. Oh God, that's what you're getting.
I was worried that there was actual lyrics to it.
Doctor Who is a Time Lord. He travels in space and time. I don't know.
There you go. Very nice. All right. Moving along here. Our next question comes from Radisson Country Girl. And she has 3 questions for you. First question is, have you ever wrote a blog?
Ooh. I don't think so. I may have written like a few things on different websites, but never really a blog.
Okay. And then she also wants to know, have you seen the Northern Lights before?
No, I haven't. I really want to.
And your last question from her is, do you love Hello Kitty?
What?
That's what she asked. She says, do you love Hello Kitty, Gizmo?
I have a cat. I like cats. Not really. I'm not really fond of Hello Kitty. If you like it, you like it. Yeah.
It's a very politically safe answer. All right. Next up is English Gamer 1002. And the question from them, when did you first start watching Doctor Who? Which you kind of alluded to, but...
Yeah. I watched it on Gold. We have a channel here called Gold. Or we used to have a channel called Gold. And I was about 6, maybe, when I first saw it. Maybe 5. I don't know.
So about 15, 16 years ago?
Yeah.
Okay.
Gosh.
And also they asked, why do you like Doctor Who?
I really don't know. I like TV shows. I'm really big on my TV shows. Doctor Who just has this special thing about it where when it changes really good. Like David Tennant's era was really cool, but like Matt Smith's here now, and he's like, in my opinion, really, really cool. I really liked Christopher Eccleston. It's the aliens as well. Like then the stories themselves are just amazing. Like the standalone ones, the 2-parters.
Okay.
I don't know. I love it. Time and space. I really like the idea of traveling in time, like going back in time or going forward in time.
Okay. All right. We got a lot of questions, so we'll keep plowing through these. The next one is from 2234535 Eve. And this person asks, do you fancy anyone at school?
I don't go to school. Did I fancy anyone at school?
Well, maybe we could go back maybe to your last year.
My last year in school. Oh dear, this is getting very dark, Belboz.
It's always good.
My last year in school, no, because I'd broken up with my long-term girlfriend by then. So, no. That was quite a sad year for me.
All right,
it's getting very dark here, Belboz.
We will move on then. Next question. Rainbow Head Crab sent in. And he wants to know, is it true that Alicia smells like bean sauce? Of course, the good kind, like you said on Facebook.
Yeah, it's true. Completely true. She's going to hate me for that. No, it's not true. I've never smelt her in my life. Although when I see her, I will smell her. Just for you. And tell you.
That's a promise. All right, next up, we have another person who has 3 questions for you. And this is Mr. Ravenclaw. And he asks, what's your favorite movie?
Ooh, probably Forrest Gump. If I had to pick one, Forrest Gump.
Okay, and the second question was, what is the latest game you played that blew your mind?
Gameplay-wise or story-wise?
You can do both.
I haven't really played many, like, big games at the minute. Probably the biggest game that was mind-blowing, story-wise, was Assassin's Creed 2. I'm so behind on that series. Yeah, Assassin's Creed 2.
Okay.
The graphics as well.
And then his last question is, what is your favorite junk food?
Chicken nuggets, probably. McDonald's chicken nuggets. Or kebabs.
All right. Next up, a question from Longshots. Kind of, this is along the Doctor Who lines again, but when you first started watching, obviously you've touched on that, but Longshot wants to know, how did you find out about Doctor Who?
Well, there was a TV show that was called Gold, and that had old TV shows on it. So that's where I started watching it. I think I stumbled across it one day when I was like just bored and flicking through TV channels.
Our next question comes from Cindius. And he wants to know, where did the name Gizmo come from? And also wants to state that you are simply amazing.
Thanks. When I was a baby, before I had a name, I was crying. And the midwife said to my mum, "Oh, Gizmo's crying." Because apparently I sounded like the little mogwai when I was crying, like the singing voice. That's why Gizmo. Amazing story, isn't it?
Well, you may want to just touch real quickly on what the Mowgli
Oh,
is.
Mogwai. It's the movie Gremlins. Sorry, it's like a little creature from the movie Gremlins. He's a little Mogwai, like a little creature, and he sings and has big pointy ears.
Earthshade has 3 questions for you. What's the thing you're most proudest of in Minecraft or with the crew?
Build-wise, probably my TARDIS, which a lot of people have not seen, which was for Paradise Decay's map. So go ahead and download that map and look for my TARDIS, and I think you will like it. In terms of like crew overall, I don't know, really joining in, being involved, like coming up with ideas to do. I'm quite proud of the ideas that I come up with sometimes.
Earthshade's second question. What do you consider the worst or most embarrassing thing you've done in Minecraft or with the crew?
I'm a good builder, but building contests I'm terrible at. Don't know why. The pressure just puts me off completely, and I always make terrible builds.
And I know what you're going to say for this one, and you already touched on it a little bit, but he also wants to know which is the best doctor.
Ooh, Matt Smith for me. They're all brilliant though. But yeah, Matt Smith. He just has the quirkiness about him that I just love.
Okay, now this next question is from XWeeman0621X, and it kind of touches on what we're just talking about, but wanting to know why you chose the 11th Doctor for your skin.
I'm a little bit obsessed with Matt Smith and the 11th Doctor. And fezzes. Fezzes are cool. I've actually got a fez. I stole it from this company that we were doing for a theatre thing we did. So we went there to get some costumes, and I kind of stole the fez. I put it on my head and just walked out with it, and no one stopped me. So I've still got it.
Hopefully this doesn't get too popular, this video.
We paid them. It's fine. We paid them. They're cool. But not for the fez. It's on long-term being borrowed.
All right, and XWeeman did have one more question for you, besides the doctor-related question, which was, why are you always picking on Piper?
Aww. I'm not picking on Piper, am I? Do I?
You guys do have some interesting banter.
I like annoying her. What can I say? No, I don't tease her, do I? I don't know really. Just for a laugh.
All right, next up is questions from Spindoc's dog. And he asks, do you enjoy being part of the crew, and who is your favorite person in the crew rather than yourself?
What?
Tough question.
Can you ask that again so I'm 100% sure of how to answer this?
Really, it's a two-part question. He wants to know.
I got a bit confused.
Wants to know, do you enjoy being part of the crew?
Right. Yeah, I love it. I'm really thankful that I got invited to join.
Okay.
And it's really weird because I just recently found you guys and then joined the open server, and then suddenly I was invited to play with you guys again. It was like, what? Wow. So I'm really glad that I found you guys. And the second question was, who's my favourite? I'm not really going to answer that question. Lizzie. Lizzie's my favourite.
Okay, good answer. Safe answer. And also,
And then you, Boz. You're my second.
That's a very smart answer. And next question from Spindoc's dog was wanting to know how you found out about Minecraft, and curious if you knew what number person you were to buy it.
Oh. For the second question, I don't know. I think I bought it during the alpha stage. But how I found it, I was just watching some videos on YouTube because we were getting some new windows put in. So the window, my computer's next to the window, so the window was being took down as I was watching YouTube, and it was freezing cold. This was during winter, so I was like, I want to find a video that's really cool. And I stumbled across the Minecraft video, and it was JX23's Minecraft video series, and I was just obsessed with it. So then I started watching it, and I was like, oh, this game looks really cool. So I bought it. And the rest is history.
All right. Next up, we still have quite a few left. Taco Eaters 101 asks, what is your favorite game, PC or console?
I had to think about this one. My favourite game. Well, I would say Minecraft, but I don't think Minecraft is my favourite overall game. Oh god. I really don't know how to answer that. I'll say Minecraft. I'll just say Minecraft. Yeah, Minecraft. Because you can do pretty much anything on it.
Yep, very true. And his other thing is more of it's a question, but he wants to know, this is Taco Eaters 101, wants to know if you'll say hello to him.
Taco Eater. Hello, Taco Eater. Hello. Burrito.
All right, next up is Dark Storm 969. And he wants to know if you play either the Call of Duty series or the Battlefield series, and which you like better.
I used to play Call of Duty 1 and 2. I played number 2 religiously, and I think I played Battlefield, like the original Battlefield. And it was good, but I haven't played the new ones. I've got an Xbox, but it's broken. So I think, though, I would like Battlefield more because it has the vehicles in it. And I think I just grab the jet all the time and like crash into people and just troll people all the time.
Okay.
But yeah, I played Call of Duty 2 like years ago.
All right. Next up, we have Syndrome 975, and he has a few questions for you. His first question is, if you were stuck on a real island and were able to bring up to 3 crew members to live with you, all stuck in the same boat, so to speak, who would you bring and why?
I think I'd bring you because like you'd know how to survive. And you'd be quite a good leader, so you could like lead us to survive. Oh gosh, I think Mario, just because we get along so well that we just joke around all day, joking about the fish in the ocean and grains of sand. And the third one, Lizzie, because she's really good with fire, so she'll set a fire thing so a plane would see us, or a boat would see us.
Okay.
Like a signal fire, yeah.
Interesting.
Mm.
And then this next question, there's two more questions, but the next one is, Gizmo, what top 3 items/elements would you choose to place permanently in Minecraft servers if given the opportunity?
I think that question went over my head.
I kind of think he's asking you if there's some things that you could put in to, I guess, Minecraft's multiplayer mode. That aren't,
anything.
That aren't there right now.
Mo creatures without a doubt. Make it customizable so you can choose what monsters to have and what animals to have on the server at a time. Because like the ogres are pretty annoying, but I think Mo creatures just would add so much if it was actually implemented. Like there's so many awesome animals, like Pegasus and bunnies and horses.
Okay.
Horses, man.
So mainly, I mean, the whole idea of having more monsters and configurability would be a top thing for you.
Probably implement actual mods to be able to be used. Like any mods. Like I'm not technical, so I don't know if that's possible, but just a way to have like mods put onto servers. Because I don't know, I'm starting to find like legit Minecraft a little bit repetitive. And like it's all these cool mods with like end game items, like massive fire things you can use, and flying things. It looks really cool. So I'd love to have those kind of things added to the game.
Okay, and the last question from Syndrome. Would you like to be, and do you think you could be a good mole in the next series?
Ooh. I enjoy playing the game like normally, so I don't know. I mean, maybe I am the mole. You never know. But if I was the mole, I think I'd play it quite well.
All right. Next up, you should know this person. We have a question from Paradise Decay.
No, I don't know who that is. No.
Yeah, he's just some guy out there. He says, and this is kind of a start off as a statement. He says, as you know, Gizmo built the Doctor Who TARDIS on his YouTube project, which you were talking about earlier.
Wait.
He wants to know if you had a technique planned in mind to build it so quick in the time that was allotted.
Stay up all night. I used some websites. I think I mentioned it in the video, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
I used some TARDIS designs. It was a website that had like close-up shots of all around the TARDIS, and I think I used a BBC website for the close-up of the 11th Doctor's TARDIS. So that helped quite a lot. And then pretty much just staying up for quite a long time. Playing some music in my ear to keep me focused. I think I played some pogo stuff. He does great music. I'd strongly suggest listening to him. He does really cool music. He remixes like TV and movies, like mostly Disney movies, but some other movies as well. I strongly suggest looking him up. He's really awesome. His music is really good for building stuff. Gets you in the zone.
And I will put a link for everyone out there to the YouTube project video so you can see Gizmo give a tour of the TARDIS.
Can I give you a link to the Pogo guy as well? Because he's really cool.
Yeah, I can put that in the description of the video.
Okay.
All right. Next up is a question from Two Failed Gamers. And he or they asks, Gizmo, if you ran the crew, how would you run it? And what would it be like now?
What? I'd kick Bobos out. God.
That's cool.
I'm gonna get in trouble for that. No, I don't know really. I do a lot of open servers, but we do a lot of open servers anyway, because I like getting people involved. I don't know really. It's quite a hard question. I don't really have an answer for it. I think Boz does such a good job. I don't think it could be done any other way, really.
That's a real smart answer. All right. Next question is from Cole 109100. So Cole 109-100.
These names, man.
Yeah. He basically asks, what is your favorite video game genre?
Ooh. I had to pick fantasy / RPG. I mean, I like all sorts of games. I'm really open to to games and music and stuff like that. But fantasy just holds a special place in my heart, I think. Like different monsters and weapons, like battle axes and swords and magic, that kind of stuff.
Taking arrows to the knee.
I used to be an adventurer like you. You can finish that.
I let you. We will move on before I have to do voice work. The next question is from our own Piper Bunny.
Who?
Yeah, somebody.
Who's this guy?
Yeah, it's not very popular.
I'm gonna get slapped for that so hard.
Two questions from Piper. First one is, if you had to choose between Doctor Who or being able to sing, which would you pick?
Why would you do this to me? Why would you do this to me? Why would you do that to me? Why would you?
It's Piper. She's evil.
Do I have a gun to my head? Is Piper standing behind me with a gun to my head?
Piper has a gun to your head, and she's asking you, make a choice. Doctor Who or being able to sing?
I I don't know. I think I'd choose to have Doctor Who, but I don't know.
She doesn't say if you can still sing, but it would be poor at that point. So that's a toughie for you, huh?
Yeah. I think I'd choose Doctor Who. I don't know.
Interesting. And her last question for you was, why do you not like legit Minecraft?
I've played on quite a few servers legitly, and quite a lot of single player before I joined the crew, and I don't know, I just think I've played so much of it that it gets quite repetitive and a bit boring. I'll play it, like if you have a goal to do, but if it's just normal, like legit gameplay, I don't know, I'm looking forward to the cats and stuff. That'd be cool.
Okay. And next up, we have a question from iPod Madness 500. And then this one is kind of obvious now, probably, but the question was, how did you get the nickname The Doctor?
My skin, probably. It's the Doctor from Doctor Who.
All right, now the next question came from the Crafting God. And he says that Mojang revealed in a recent interview they were going to improve the AI of mobs, starting with skeletons, so they hide in the shade to avoid sunlight. Is this a good or bad idea, and why?
I think it's a good idea. I think it's good, yeah, because it changes things up a bit, makes them a bit more harder to face. I like that. I'm not sure about the zombies opening doors thing, though. I don't know if you've heard about that. That's not a good idea, in my opinion.
Is that actually real, or is that just talk?
I don't know, but I've heard quite a few people talking about it. I hope it's not real, because that would be really annoying.
All right, next up is Zero Remy Zero, and has a question for you. You and Piper remind me of siblings. What is your take on that?
Yeah, I say that Piper's like a big sister to me, really. I don't know, we just have a special relationship. I like to annoy her. She annoys me. It's a back and forth like thing.
It makes for good videos. All right, our second to last set of questions, and this is a three different questions from Pharaoh Yamayuki. Currently wants to know what's your favorite game right now.
Probably Orcs Must Die. Played quite a lot of that.
Okay.
I really enjoy the game. I think it's really cool.
All right, and second question was, how did you feel after you received an invite to play some more with the crew?
Well, really happy. I was surprised at first, I think. Because I think I saw that open server that you put up and you were like, hey, come play with the crew. So I randomly went, okay, I'll come play. And then I got in, and then there was that whole fiasco with the griefer blowing up my my farm. But no, I was really happy once I was asked to join.
Okay, and Pharaoh Yamayugi's last question for you is, what's your favorite kind of food?
Food.
Yeah, food.
Probably chicken. Yeah, or maybe a pizza with extra cheese and chicken. That's my favourite.
Sounds tasty.
Mm-hmm.
All right, the last question sent in by the fans is from Prosaic. And then he basically, it's all about Minecraft, but it comes down to, when you first saw Minecraft, what did you think of it? Because when he introduces it to his friends, their response is either it's like Legos or that game looks terrible, the graphics suck.
Yeah, Legos. When I first saw it, I definitely thought, it's like Legos in 3D. I'm not really bothered by the graphics, really. I think it's cool. It gives like a nice old school feel to things. I think people are so obsessed with graphics these days. I mean, good graphics are brilliant, like Assassin's Creed and that has really great story to it. But like, oh, Modern Warfare, oh, Battlefield, oh, the graphics are really good. But I mean, yeah, sometimes graphics are there to sugarcoat the games. But Minecraft, its gameplay, everyone knows its gameplay is brilliant. But the graphics really don't matter. You can update the graphics, the texture packs, which makes things even cooler. But I don't think graphics are the most important thing. But definitely, I agree with the Lego thing. I definitely thought that.
Okay. All right. Well, that wraps up all the questions that were sent in by everybody. Now, as you know, I have one question for you, the toughie. Of course, you know this question's coming. Is who should we interview next to let the fans out there send their questions in?
I really haven't decided yet. Do you know what? I'm just going to go random and I'm going to say pup.
Okay. All right. So everybody out there watching this, send me a private message. Remember, private message. Do not post your questions in the description for this video. Private message them to me. Say something like attention, puppery questions or puppery interview or something of that nature. Send in your questions and we will interview Pup next. Now with that, I'd like to thank Gizmo for taking the time to answer all these questions.
Thanks for the questions, guys.
And definitely thanks to everybody out there for sending them in. This, I think, was some of the most questions we've ever had. So we'll see how we go forward. We seem like we're still climbing. But again, thanks, Giz, for taking the time. And
Thank you.
we will see you guys later.
Bye.